Hi, welcome to the channel. I am Dean Vera, and today we'll talk about the equality or inequalities of the MMFF or Metro Manila Film Fest. Welcome back. As you know, the Metro Manila Film Fest is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. And as tradition goes, over 50 years, 10 films, or roughly 10 films, are going to be shown from December 25 to the first week of January in Metro Manila theaters, meaning all cinemas, all screens in Metro Manila must show the films that are entered in the Metro Manila Film Fest. As you know, some films make it big and some films make it not so big. So that means, sometimes the film with the biggest box office or the biggest ticket receipts are about 10 times or maybe even 15 times more than the last of the 10 films. Now, why am I saying it's unequal or it's inequality? It's because of the system of how the movies, the entries, get what they call screens. Now, a screen is a screen time. So meaning, let's say on December 25 at 11 a.m., that's one screen time. Now, most big films, the top two films starring the biggest stars, get about 100 or even 200 screens for the first few days. Now, as far as I know, there's about roughly over 1,200 theaters in Metro Manila. So we have 10 films. So roughly should be about 120 screens at least per film, but that's not the case. Now, I'm also quoting my niece, Kiara Dario. I'll link her Facebook below. She made a comment that this movie called Isang Himala is only given 10 to 20 screens for the whole, at least for the first 2 days. Now, compare that to the big films, those starring Vic Soto or Vice Ganda, they're going to get more, at least 200 to 300 screens for the first few days. Is that equal? Of course not, it isn't. But who dictates, who sets the screen times or screen limits or screen allotment for that? Well, it's hard to say. There's no fast rule. Now, I say it's unequal because each film, of the 10 films, no matter if you have a budget of 100 million pesos or 5 million pesos, each of them goes through the same screening process. The MMDA screens all films equally and gives whatever entries they get, they cut it down to 10 films. Now, in the criteria of MMDA, the first 70% is artistic excellence, 15% is Philippine global or Philippine cultural sensitivity or Philippine cultural values, and 15% is global appeal. Now, in the percentages, there is nothing for box office success or box office receipts. Now, how come the bigger films or the films with the bigger stars get more screens? Well, it's also fair for the theater owners, the ones that run the theaters, because it is very expensive to run a cinema. And when they want to watch films, they have to spend for labor, electricity, the equipment that they have. So they need to make sure that when a movie is being shown, the seats are filled. Now, if they're going to show a film with only 5% capacity or 10% capacity, to them that's a loss. Now, where does the government come in? Well, MMFF is a government-run scheme, a government-run project. And theaters are bound by the rules of the government, from the MTCRB and the MMDA. So in a sense, if you think about it, guys, the MMDA already controls the theaters for that 1 week from December 25 to January 7. The MMDA or the government is already dictating that they have to show only films, the 10 films in the MFFF. Now, how about adding another rule that every film, the 10 films, at least gets equal screen time for the first, let's say, 5 days, from December 25 to 30. Think about it. Okay, just think, one big mall has 10 screens, Cinema 1 to Cinema 10. And there are 10 films. Now, usually in a day, they get 4 screens. One theater gets 4 screens. So 10 theaters times 4 screens equals 40 screen times. So if a movie in the MMFF, an entry, gets at least 4 in a day, and so as the other big films, here's equal treatment. I'm not saying give it to the whole 2 weeks or 1 week and a half. The theaters need to make money. Now, but because every film entry went through the same process, meaning they have equal treatment as they apply, equal treatment as they get accepted, why not give equal treatment as to the screen time as well? Another suggestion I would make is that you move the awards night to like after January 1. Don't make it the first 2 days. Because tendency is people will only watch the films that win. Those that didn't win are in the cellar. Now, a film fest is about giving every film that is entered into the festival an equal chance, not just to earn money, but at least to be known so that the filmmakers who make these films will be encouraged to make one for next year. Hi, please do me a favor and smash that like button. It'll help me a lot and it will trigger the YouTube algorithm. Now, if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you don't, my dog will eat this exam booklet and that student has to repeat his final exam again.